Konnichiwa, good afternoon, what's up? It's Rupa Sensei here, your favorite English teacher, and listen up. How do we improve communication? How do we get better at English conversation? What is English conversation? 英会話とは何でしょうか？英会話とは英語力プラスコミュニケーション力。You need both English skill and communication skill. You need both, okay? Remember that. It's super important. Because I know a lot of people like this. They have great test scores. They studied English a lot in school. They know a lot of English words, but when they try to actually have a conversation, they can't do it. I know a lot of people like that. You probably know people like that too. This may even be you. They have 英語力, but no communication 力. So they can't 英会話. That's no good. Because the reason to learn English is to have great conversations with interesting people. So, do you want to improve your communication skills? Don't worry, I'll teach you. Here are 5 tips. Let's go. Tip 1. Ask open-ended questions. When meeting someone new, have you ever had a conversation like this? Hey, nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Are you having a good night? Yeah. What do you do for work? I'm a teacher. Do you like Japan? Yeah, it's nice. Boom. Conversation ends. Why? Because those are close-ended questions. You should ask open-ended questions. What's the difference? Close-ended questions just have one-word responses. Open-ended questions have full sentence responses. For example, what brings you to Japan? What have you been up to recently? Why do you study English? The responses are longer, so it's easier to continue the conversation. And you have more information to ask the next question. So, ask open-ended questions. Tip 2. Eye contact, body language, and aizuchi. A very simple tip. You've probably heard it before, but I'll say it again because it's very important. Keep good eye contact, use gestures and open body language, and use English filler words. Roughly 80% of conversation is non-verbal, meaning it doesn't matter what you say, it matters how you say it. So speak confidently, shoulders back and stand up straight. And if you're nervous, take a deep breath before you speak. And here's a bonus secret. Even if you make a small mistake, if you say it confidently with good body language, no one will even notice your mistake. Remember that. And also aizuchi, filler words. One of the biggest beginner mistakes is using Japanese aizuchi when speaking English. It sounds very unnatural when speaking English. So, replace them with English filler words. Like, you know. Good question. Let me think. Use those, everyone. So remember, good eye contact, body language, and English filler words. Tip 3. Practice with natural situations and context. A lot of Japanese learn English the wrong way. First, you learn words from a word list with no context. Then, you have to try to put those words in a sentence. Then, try to remember those words, and then try to fit them into conversation situations. That's no good. But unfortunately, that's what the schools and textbooks are teaching. How I learned Japanese and how my best students and Japanese friends who are fluent in English learn this way. Learn English in full sentences from natural conversations, from common daily life situations, and then practice those real daily life situations. That's the best way to learn how to speak. And that's why I created Zero to Hero English, a 60-day English learning program. Every day you can learn English in full sentences. You learn pattern phrases, which are the foundations of English. You can practice output by shadowing. And each lesson has role-play activities, so you can practice real daily life situations. Imagine you're at a party and want to start a conversation. Imagine you're at a cafe and want to order a coffee. Imagine your friend asks you about your future goals. This is the English that I teach in the course because I want you to learn real English and have amazing conversations with interesting people. Zero to Hero English. Check it out. Link down below. Tip 4. Be a better listener and remember things. Half of a conversation is listening, so you should focus on your listening skills. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Actually pay attention to what they're saying and be interested in what they're saying. And I have a couple points of advice. First, you should develop multiple hobbies so that you're interested in lots of different conversation topics. Because when you're interested in what the other person is saying and you focus the conversation to their interests, they will want to talk with you more and more. They will really enjoy the conversation. My next advice is to remember things they said. If you can remember what someone said in the past, or when their birthday is, or what their cat's name is, they will be surprised and they will be very impressed. So you should strengthen your memory. And our memory is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more you challenge it, the stronger and better it gets. So be a better listener and try to remember things. Tip 5. Tell stories. Very simple, tell stories. We humans love stories. That's why we love movies and books. And also, we remember stories for a long time. Like, I don't remember anything from my high school biology class, but I do remember that one funny thing that happened during a school trip with the monkey at the zoo. We like stories much better than just information. So you should practice it. Build the skill of storytelling, and you will make your conversations much more interesting. For example, which is more interesting? Thailand has delicious food and very unique food. I was surprised. Or, so one day I was a little tipsy and I was walking around Bangkok. Everything was a little crazy and the sound of the city was very loud, music pumping everywhere. And I looked to the right of me and I saw a street vendor selling scorpion to eat. I thought, that's crazy, but I gotta try it. I did, and it was actually pretty good. Thai food is so unique. Okay, I said pretty much the same thing, but which was more interesting? The story wins every time. That's also why all the best TED Talks start with stories. So tell more stories in your conversations. Okay, everyone, those were my 5 tips for better communication. I hope you learned something new. And what tips do you have? Put them down in the comments below. And if you want the best beginner program to learn real English conversation, check out Zero to Hero English. Over 10 hours of content. Check it out. Link down below. Stay happy, stay healthy, do your best with your English studies. じゃあありがとう。また今度。